That's agreement yesing. They can say, well, I'm not interested. And you say, I know. Go ahead and write this down. And just keep going. I mean it. You'd be surprised it works. I know. Go ahead and write this down. You see, a sale is always being made. Either you are going to sell them or they are going to sell you. So don't be a buyer. Be a seller. Does that make sense? Don't bite, just don't. Refuse. Be a bulldog, okay? Now, you can be a bulldog. You can be a bulldog in a velvet glove, okay? Be like water, my friend. Think about it. Water can be soft or it can be crashing, can't it? Whatever you need to be. You could be like water around them and then turn to ice and they're stuck. See? Being like water and selling like water. This is the most fluid way you can go. So, agreement yesing. I call it agreement yesing. I know, I agree. We're over budget. I know. Go ahead and write this down. See? Giving a command. Agree, give a command. I know. Go ahead and write this down. We're really not interested. I know. Hey, have you been watching the news, what's going on with these hurricanes? Isn't that just, that's insane, isn't it? Grab a pen real quick and write this down. Okay? So that's agreement yesing. You say, I know, and then you proceed. Why? Because most objections that you come across are smoke. Not always, but most of the time. They're used to giving objections all the time, aren't they? And the easiest thing to do is say no. It's so easy to say no. Hey, but you'll often find after 2 or 3 objections, as you've heard time and time again, you'll get to the sale after 3 objections. Okay, getting past no is very easy when you ignore no. Does that make sense? Now, you have to turn no into a yes. You ignore it and get your yes. But do you see what I'm saying? You agree. I know. We're over budget. I know. We're not interested. I know. I have a boyfriend. I know. So what time should I pick you up? At 3 o'clock? But I said I have a boyfriend. I know. Listen, we're going to have such a great time. You're going to have the best time you've ever had, I promise. I'm going to dance and sing for you, too. Do you know that I sing? See? Boom! Well, okay, come at 9, after my boyfriend goes to work. Do you see that? Now, I'm not saying that you should ever date someone who has a boyfriend. You shouldn't be involved in cheating. I'm serious. I'm just giving you an analogy. Because just like the girl that you're trying to get a date with or seduce, it's communication, it's persuasion, and influence. So if you're trying to get them to join your school or to sign up for your services or to buy your product, it's the same kind of thing. When it gets down to it, you're breaking the ice. You're breaking the ice. And I know, and then boom, continuing, can break the ice through laughter. It can also break the ice because they just throw that out there, and half the other people that are pitching them, you're not interested? Well, what about it aren't you interested in? No. Don't glorify or focus on the objection. Agree with it and immediately gets it out of the way. Does that make sense? Hi there, I'm calling you to tell you about our free newspaper subscription. Well, we're really not interested. I know, but go ahead and write this down. Write this down. Do you have a pen there? Go grab a pen real quick. Okay, write this down. $2,700. Write that down. You got that? $270. That's what we're going to send you in coupons. And what was your name? You see? Bump, bump. Okay? That's how it works. But if you emotionally react, if you emotionally respond to an objection, before a word comes out of your mouth, you're sunk. Okay? So you've got to just be light on your feet. Like ballet. I know. You're not interested. Go ahead. Write this down. I'm not interested either. Okay? In your mind, you say that. You're on the phone, if this is free, if you're on the phone or in person. If you're in person, nod yes. You're on the phone, nod yes. Not interested. I was hoping you'd say that. I'm not interested either. I hate this job. Write this down. Let's get this done. Get it done. You see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? Okay. Now, matching tonality is another way to mirror. You match a tonality, right? Well, we can't buy any more. We're over budget. You say, I know. I agree. Check this out. Write this down. Okay, and then you break and rechannel. Okay, so what you do is you match tonality and then broken rhythm. You match rhythm. We can't buy any more. We're over budget. Follow me here. The client says, we can't buy any more. We're over budget. I can't afford that. You say, I know exactly what you mean. Now go ahead and write this down. See, boom. Rechannel. Rechannel it right away. I know exactly what you mean. You can't afford it. I know what you're saying. Exactly. Go ahead and write this down. Did you ever consider, did anyone tell you, have you ever, do you know what I mean? And rechannel it. So what have you done? You've matched it, and then you've broken or rechanneled away from it. Okay? Now this is the vital steps for persuasion and influence. Now I can wear a suit and a tie and talk to you in such a way, and never grunt, and never, okay? But you're getting the real deal right here, right now. Let's talk about the blast, okay? Blast is to be abrupt and slam home. Subconsciously says, cut the crap, let's get this done. You're not saying this with words, but basically you're saying this with energy. They give you to a probing question, or they give you an objection, you mirror or blast, okay? A blast would be, what you're saying is, right, BS, cut the crap, let's get this done, okay? A blast can also be an icebreaker. I gave you an icebreaker, didn't I? I know, what time do you want me to pick you up? I know you have a boyfriend, what time do you want to pick? I know you're over budget, write this down real quick, here's your order number. You see? How smooth that is? You don't even have to think about it. You're yes. John? Yes. Can you hear me? Yes. Hey, is it Monday? Yes. See? You need to buy this. No. John, yes. Write this down. Yes. Here's your order number. Yes. Here's my toll-free number. Yes. Got it? Now this is all mixing and matching and mirroring and modeling and blast. There's a time to blast. It doesn't have to be harsh, although it can be. If all of a sudden you get serious, they can feel guilty. They can be intimidated. Stop wasting my time and write this down right now. Write this down. Okay? Blast is like cutting the crap. It's saying cut the crap. Why? Because your objections, you and I both know it's a bunch of bull. We know you can afford it. We know you're not over budget. Stop BSing me and write this down. I want to get home and have dinner. Okay, that's a blast. And bam, and you can do that. You can be very abrupt. You can be very abrupt sometimes and do that when you need to do that. Another way is to make it theirs. Okay, making it their want. Even if they want to please you, you make it their want. So even if they want to please you, it's their want, isn't it? Even if they want to get rid of you, something they want something, don't they? And by buying from you, they get it. By doing what you say, they get it. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay? Make it their want. You can use possessive language. That's another way to make it their want. You can already start talking about it as theirs. You're showing a house, you say, there's your master bedroom, there's your master bathroom. Whew, look at this yard. Look, you can put your barbecue grill right there. Awesome. Making it theirs with possessive language. That's another tie down. We call these tie downs. You see? By making it their want, you're tying them down, tying them to it. Okay? It's the same thing with anything. With anything that you're trying to do. Using possessive language, making it theirs. Does that make sense? Good. Another one, and this is crucial now when you're moving on through the close. Intuit your feedback. You're going to start getting feedback, aren't you? There's your master bedroom, there's your master bathroom, and she says, oh, honey, I love the size of this closet. What does that tell you? Intuit that feedback. So you go right with her, you say, oh yeah, can you imagine? This entire wall-size shoe rack. I hope you have that many shoes. And she goes, ha ha ha. And hubby's getting a little annoyed because he doesn't like the price. So you come up and you stand next to hubby and you say, well, she likes it. See? Or you say, man, I think they have a good yard back there. Great place to barbecue. Divert it away. Divert his annoyance away right away. You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Intuit the feedback. Remember, there's never failure. There's only feedback. What can I learn from this? Each sale is empowering because even if you don't make a sale, if you are rejected, it's not rejection, it's feedback. It says, well, you were too easy to say no to. Does that make sense? You were too easy to say no to. Okay? So there's no failure, there's only feedback, and there's no rejection, there's only feedback. Personally, I love it when people say no. I really do. I feel challenged. It's a game. Now, I don't have to sell directly on the phone. I have years ago, okay? But now, I still offer our products to corporations. All right, I offer training. I offer seminars. I offer self-defense seminars. We offer DVD courses, all kinds of things we offer. And when someone says no, each time, we can take like that and go, what can I learn from this? How was my tonality? Was I too desperate? Was I too pushing? See what I'm saying? So you can gauge, and you just learn this intuitive feedback. There's only feedback. It says, give me more information. And remember this, buyers are liars. Almost all objections aren't their true objection. Now, many sales courses will try to teach you how to get to the objection, get to the real objection. You know what I say? I say, forget that. I say, who gives a damn what their real objection is? We don't need to know their objection. Okay? Now you'll say, well, you need to know if they can't afford it so you can offer them a structured financing that can help them. Hold on a minute, that's not their real objection. And if it is their real objection, great, it'll come out in the woodwork. But don't look for an objection, that's what I'm trying to say. Let them come up naturally of their own accord. They'll just come up like a bubble, that's what I'm trying to say. You're not focusing on getting to the objection, you're focused on getting it done, okay? So remember, intuit feedback and do not feel an objection. Don't feel it, don't emotionally process it. Don't emotionally process that objection. If you take them seriously, I can't afford this house. Really? Gee, all right, I'll try and find you something cheaper. No way, you don't feel it. You don't agree with it. You go, I know, but it is amazing. It is amazing what kind of financing they have these days. It's just incredible. And let me tell you, can you imagine how this thing is going to appreciate in 2 years from now? And on you go, and you tie down. Have you ever heard of a bridge loan? Have you ever heard of an adjustable rate mortgage? Or have you heard of these interest only? Oh, do you realize my house costs less than this one and my payment is higher than yours is going to be? I'm dead serious. Check this out. Boom, and you go right into it. Do you see what I'm saying? Whatever your business is, you can apply this. It's the same kind of thing. Can't afford it is a common one. And they just say that as a protection device because if they said yes to everyone, they would be broke. So you can get through all that just by going, yeah, I know. Go ahead and check this out. You continue. You don't become emotionally affected by what you hear, by those objections. Buyers are liars. Okay, number 7, you give them more info. You intuit feedback and give them more info. Right? Does that make sense? Now, that's pretty general. More info, so what? Or, there's 2 ways. More info or, this is a key here. Laugh past. Sometimes their objections will be so absurd and ridiculous that you can stand next to them and just start laughing at their objection. You can laugh your way right past it. We're not interested. I gotcha. I'm the 10th guy to call you today, right? What, am I the 10th guy to call you today? Right? Am I the 10th realtor to come and ask you to list your home? Yes, damn it, I'm tired of people knocking on my door. I don't want to sell my home. See? Does that make sense? Laughing past it. Laugh past it. Can you call me back on Monday? Oh, goodness, I bet you got 20 people going to call you back on Monday. No, I can't. I can't. Laugh past it. No, I can't. No, I can't. Don't let them stroke you. Don't let them stall you. Say, listen, I can't. I'm going to be out of town next week. Grab a pen real quick. I'll tell you what you need to know. We'll be done. Fair enough? See that? Play this DVD back and go through all the little stuff because I'm giving it to you fast and rapid. And I'm giving it to you very linear and angular and circular. Doesn't mean I'm coming straight forward, but I'm also coming at you from different angles. And there is a lot of circular persuasion that we're using here as well. So you can pick up the tonalities. Okay? Don't say call back. Never do callbacks. Don't waste your time with that. Don't be ridiculous. Don't be absurd. Okay? More info might be bridging. More info might be bridging. For example, what I call bridging might be this, okay? They say, if you intuit some feedback, he says, well, you know, I'm not so sure. It's a little small. So you might bridge off into another area. Did you know about the size of the garage? Can you believe that? Hey, check that out. Boom. And you bridge off in another direction, okay? And give them new information in a totally, sometimes a very unrelated area, okay? Now, number 8 rather, is command. In sales, they say AAFTO, always ask for the order. If your command has logic and authority, you'll get the sale. See, disagreeing with logic makes people look stupid. So when you give them clear-cut logic, if they say no, they look stupid, and they don't want to look stupid, and they don't want to feel stupid, so they have to say yes. Does that make sense? Okay? Logic. So command with authority and logic. And logic. There are those who want to be your friend. They're relational. Remember we talked about that, relational and positional? There are those who couldn't give a damn and they think you're just a fly in the yard. And that's fine too, because you don't give a damn. See what I'm saying? You match tonality and you move in such a way, and then they'll respect you. Usually a lot of those people who put out that intimidation in those hard piercing eyes, most people are intimidated by that. So when you're not, they actually might start to grudgingly like you. You know that? Even your father-in-law. If you stop being nervous and trying to win his favor because he's such a prick, and just say, I really couldn't give a crap, you prick. So sit down and relax. Okay, all of a sudden, it just changes. You're changing the game. You're reversing vector on them, okay? So, logic. Now, you can use now here, I've given you 8 steps. Now, we're going to really, where's the eraser here, okay? Control yourself, read their energy through probing questions, like the fact imagine, right? You can mirror or blast. That means you can slam some home. Now, you never, ever want to be unethical or immoral or illegal. That is not what I am talking about here. All of this happens every day in every boardroom across America, okay? Mirror or blast. Make it their want. Intuit the feedback. Understand what they're really saying and give them more information or just laugh right past it. I know. Go ahead and write this down. Okay, let's get it done. Come on. You see? And then, of course, command with authority and logic. No one wants to disagree with logic. They don't want to look stupid. Make sense? Now we're going to get even further into some hardcore phrases and techniques that you can use for persuasion.